Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Hopefully everything's going well here. Welcome tonight to the second day of the Pokemon Run and Bun Nuzlocke, Hardcore Nuzlocke. Doesn't look like anybody's here quite yet. Just get the music going here. Alright. But yeah, excited to do this again. We made good progress last time. Made it through all the way to the first mini boss, the Team Aqua Grunt, and our first level cap. Um, Goal for today is definitely to... Hi, Sia! How are you doing? Good to see ya. Yeah, like I was saying, the goal for today, I don't know how long it will take. In expansion Halloweens, all... There we go. Just the biggest domain extension. I'm so sad that I don't have arm tracking, otherwise I'd for sure put those up. But the thing is, I've even got like the full model working, but I don't have hand tracking. It's very sad. Doing great. How about you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Excited to do this. I've got a lot more time tonight, hopefully, than I did yesterday, so hope to stream for quite a bit today. For sure going to make it through the first little mini boss. Excited about that. And then from there we'll see how it's going. Yeah. I'm excited though. I think we'll be able to make good progress. Alright, let's get into it without too much further ado. There we go. Alright, so last time we left off, let's just take a look. I've got all of the Pokemon here. The only thing I did off stream, nothing actually in the file. Everything that I do to this file is staying on stream. If I manage to beat this ROM hack, I am doing so with all of the receipts possible, and I am getting into that Hall of Fame. Not that that'll actually happen, but maybe. But no, the only thing I did do was go through and make sure that I had all of the IVs and the movesets on, so that if we go over to the calculator, I've got our full team and all of their correct stats and everything on. So we'll know exactly what we're dealing with when we need to bring out the calculator later. That's a little bit of alliteration right there. I know, very, very fancy. Took like 20 minutes. Turns out, PK Hex does not work with Run and Bun, which makes sense. It's a mod, or a ROM hack. But because it wouldn't work, I couldn't just export it. I had to manually do all of that. So that took a minute. Alright, again, there's not really anything else to do right away, but do the Team Aqua. So, I haven't actually fully planned this out. I looked at it a little bit, but just as a quick refresher on what we're going to be dealing with, because luckily we've got the Nuzlocke tracker and the good graphic. We're dealing with this team. Oh, wait. Okay, one sec. Before I forget about this, you might have seen a little sneak peek of it, but there's one thing that makes a great streamer. Is it being funny, being on top of your moments, being good at games? No, that is not what makes a great streamer. I have studied great streamers, especially in this kind of niche. Right, Point Crow, Small Ant, Virtual, and what do they all have in common? A timer. So I managed to rig up a timer that will slowly count up and track how long we've been playing. That is actually working. Which means I have now increased my ability to stream by about 1,000%, I imagine. With that, that took like fully an hour to set up. I could not get it working. It should not have taken that long. But with that, okay, we can get to planning now. The reason I had it is because I have it on all of the stream setups. Okay. So now, for real though. Very cool. It turns out it's actually very easy. I just had to download something. I just didn't know where it was supposed to go in the files. But I figured it out eventually. Okay. What's happening here? Right. This thing. This guy. This guy sucks. He's got... Really? The Carvana is not super bad. The Execute, considering we got a fire type, luckily, we kind of just destroyed this Execute. Make sure not to put out a water type against it, but other than that, we're fine. What is less than fine is this Krogunk. This Krogunk is terrifying, because I've got nothing that can one-shot it, and this is the thing, it has Belch. Belch is terrifying. 180 power or move is just so scary, especially when it also gets a speed boost at a quarter HP. Terrifying. So the goal is to make sure that this move is never clicked. Alright? Other than that, Rock Smash, Fake Out. Fake Out is, scary, but it'll be fine. And Poison Sting. We lead with the Carvanha, and then we'll figure out what it switches to and how this rest of this goes. With that, let's move over to the calculator and actually get through this. I'm actually gonna slow down the music, make sure that it's not sped up so the music sounds a little better during this. Alright, so, we've got this, we've got all of the stats here and everything. Just as a quick thing for the Run and Bun box, it is super fancy. They have full description of like what everything in your box does to the enemy, so like if it gets OHKO'd, if you OHKO the enemy, if you outspeed, if it's a speed tie, all of that is just visually distinct, which is super nice. That being said, the Carvanha is going to be faster than our whole team, except for Litleo, who is not a great counter to the water type. So, looking through it, this is water type, obviously I think we're going to be doing a grass type. Only problem is that it has Poison Fang for coverage, which is scary. A difference between this, though, for the regular Gen 3, crits only do 1.5 times damage, which is nice, not the full... I don't remember what it is in the different gens off the top of my head, but I know that they only do 1.5 times damage in this ROM hack. So, Poison Fang can't OHKO... I'm gonna double check this statement after. No. Yeah, Poison Fang will OHKO Lotad, but it will not OHKO Turtwig, even with a max roll crit. And Turtwig has Absorb, which is going to heal most of it and almost one-shot this thing. It is going to have Rough Skin and Oranberry, but luckily Rough Skin isn't going to affect us here, and the Oranberry is fine. That's just a little bit of extra healing for us. It's going to get to do 2 Poison Fangs, we're going to get to do 2 Absorbs, but we'll win just fine. I am going to look at a crit after this, but for the very first bit, I think we're mostly fine. I'm just going to take a second to start. If you remember last time, I had a little bit of trouble remembering the plans, so I'm just going to take a second to write down the plan to lead with Turtwig, Absorb twice into Carvanha. Okay. Next up, assuming that happens, we take 2 Poison Fangs, getting us down to 50, then we get back up to 95, and then we get down to 45. And then we get back up to roughly, I'm going to say, 20 from 45. I'm going to say we're at about 65% health when this thing's dead. It might be a little less than that. We'll say, just in case, we'll go with just an even 60. Assuming that we don't get a lot of healing off of the second Absorb. So that's that. Next up, we've got this Krogunk. This thing is pretty bad. Luckily, it can't click Belch until after it's eaten its berry, so we're fine there. But, like the health bar visual, I know this calculator is so much fancier than the normal one. And, as you can see here, this is when the, what gets one hit KO'd by this thing. Right now it's a little off just because it can't actually use Belch on all of these, but it will at least show you, and especially for other mons later, it will show you, like, what is getting killed, what can't switch in. That's kind of useful. Red for will definitely OHKO, and orange for might OHKO. We'll see. That being said, the plan I think for this was, I'm almost 100% sure that it's going to Fake Out. Because the rest of it doesn't do that much damage, and it wants to Fake Out. Just in the stats, if you switch out, it's gonna Fake Out if it can. That being said, what I think we want it to fake out might just be the Turtwig, because we should still be at just fine health, so we try and do something with the Turtwig just to take some of the damage with Turtwig, make sure that nothing else is having any trouble. Oh, and I forgot, Turtwig has shell armor, so we don't even have to worry about a crit on Turtwig. So fake out will do 20% damage here, so down to 40, and then we switch. That's not 40. There we go. So, with that, we will switch out from the Poison Sting. So the plan here was actually to do a little bit of damage with... I don't remember. So the thing is, Fletchling is scary to use, because if Fletchling gets a high roll, it eats the berry. That is the last thing we want to happen, because then this fight becomes infinitely scarier. There is a chance that we just, on like a good roll, we can aerial ace quick attack and just kill this thing on a switch in from Fletchling, and it can take a rock smash pretty well. Problem is, if we low roll both times, this thing then has access to Belch. If we don't kill it, like on this quick attack, it's gonna wipe us. So, especially because it outspeeds. So I think we actually have Rookie D as a better counter, just because it can't use Fake Out, and both Rock Smash and Poison Sting don't really do that much to this thing. Rookie D is pretty defensive, at least for this level, and has a pretty good HP pool. It's fine. So, I think being able to tank Rock Smashes and Poison Stings, even on the switch-in, which I imagine it'll be using Rock Smash on the switch-in, we can just start pecking and we can outpace this thing. It will get a speed boost at some point from the berry, if we didn't have a nerf. But we do, and I don't think that there's anything messing with our abilities in this fight. So we'll be able to unnerve to stop the berry from activating, and we can just peck this thing to death. We should outpace by a pretty sizable margin. Just like, again, if we high roll, we can two-shot this thing. And if we low roll, we should 3-hit this thing. Alright. Yeah, even on the max low roll, or minimum low roll, we 3-shot it. We do not die in 4 hits. If we start taking damage, we might have to switch out, like for the last hit, to a quick attack, which we can do. Scary, but it's a thing. So I think that that's our plan there. So I'm just gonna write that down real quick. So that being Rookie D, switch in. Peck 2 to 3 times into the Krogan. Now, before we move on, I should actually check to make sure Krogunk shouldn't be coming out. I'm almost certain it will, because it's got, like, good moves against Turtwig, and Execute doesn't. But I am going to double check that real quick in the document. Let me see if I can pull that up. What's the AI? Post-KO switch-in AI. So, AI's Pokemon is faster than the player and Okozin. So that is almost certainly going to be true. I'm not sure if it'll count Belch as being able to use it. Deals more damage than it takes, yeah. So it wants to switch out faster Pokemon first, which is true here. Its Pokemon is faster than yeah. So it wants to switch out a faster in a faster Pokemon. So it's almost certainly, yeah, it's going to switch in. Okay, I didn't even really need to look at that. I knew that, but doesn't hurt to be safe rather than sorry. So that leaves us with the Krogunk dead, Rookie D at some, like, what is that? 20, 40, 60, 80, so like maybe 20% left. Use this. Alright, there we go. So, that leaves us with Execute. Execute, luckily, is just gonna try and Stun Spore, Leech Seed, Confusion, whatever, and we kind of just don't even have to worry about it, because we just bring Litleo out, and it two-shots it. and isn't going to take enough damage from confusion or anything else to matter. And if we get crit and like something terrible happens, we've still got Lotad in the back, which isn't going to take them, and it shouldn't be bullet seeding. So we can still just Astonish, like, or we'll have Fletchling, theoretically, that's still doing just fine to Aerial Ace. So we've got a lot of counters left in the bag after that point, so we don't even have to worry about crits from the execute. And yeah, I think that's the whole plan. I think it makes sense. Nothing should go terribly wrong. I think that this is pretty foolproof. Alright. With that, I'm gonna make sure to actually switch the stream real quick, remembering how to do that. And I think we're ready to start this first fight. Again, eventually. Hi, Mixie! How are you doing? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. You came just at the right time. We're about to go. Still sleepy? Fair. You must have been up forever. I'm surprised you're even awake on this day. No, you caught us at just the right time. We're just about to go into the first boss fight of this raw map. It's gonna be great. I think we've got a perfect plan that should work every time, looking through all of the damage ranges and everything. But yeah. I don't think, and again, I'm trying to save. I know we've got plenty of berries, but I don't think we need any, and I'd rather not use them. Just because although there's a lot of them, there's like 500 some battles. I know eventually Oran berries won't be useful, but never hurts to keep them. Especially when we're not going to need them for this fight. Okay, yep, he's right here. Out of my way, need to make a slate port. There we go. Alright, battle time. Team Aqua Grunt. Let's do this. So we've got this Carvana. We should just, it's gonna outspeed. We should just be able to absorb it to death though. Poison Fang, yep. Should do about 50, a little over 50% damage, a little under, that's good. Poison, that's unfortunate. Still within our parameters to win, but less than ideal for sure. Yeah, but there goes the berry. Oran berry restored health. Perfect. It's badly hurt by poison. Yep. Alright, that's going to keep getting worse every turn. Next up, we should just absorb again. It should kill. Even with Poison Fang crit and a poison. There we go. Yep, super effective, but no crit. Even with the crit, I think we survive one more turn of poison. There we go. Carvana fainted. Perfect. He's hurt by the poison. Yes. Alright. Everything is good. Only downside is here. We're a little bit lower health than I would have liked to be. So, I'm gonna quickly double check something real quick. Quickly. Where is the document? There we go. AI move document. I'm just gonna double check. When does it use fake out? I want to make sure that it's using fake out, not something else here. The Asmon first turn in the targeting shield dust inner focus. Yeah. So unless it can OHKO, which it shouldn't be able to here, it's gonna go for a fake out. So we stay in for one turn here with Turtwig. We try and absorb. It's not gonna work. That's okay. Alright. There we go. We flinch, and then we're gonna take like 8 damage here from the poison. Yep. Perfect. Exactly what we knew. You're not in a risk of crit there because Terror's got shell armor. Now we can switch in to Nightwing. Now it does see a kill with, I think, all of its moves, so we're not actually guaranteed like the best move here, but I think that they're all equal, so it doesn't matter. Nightwing switches in. There we go. A nerve, so it can't eat berries. Rock Smash, that's what we expected. Not very effective. Perfect. And we get the defense drop. That's okay. We can... And poison touch. We got both. Okay, so that hurts. At least it's not bad poisoning, but that's more damage than I was hoping to have taken. Alright. There we go. Second defense drop. Dang. Alright. It's hurt by poison. Alright, with that second defense drop, we're for sure in KO range here. Alright, so we're gonna have to switch up here, because that was more bad luck than I thought than we're able to take at this moment. So, calculator time. Alright. So this Rookie D is currently at 10. It is poisoned. That's okay. We're still within parameters. We're regular poisoned. We're at 10 HP. This is with the Grogunk out. We're at -2 defense. Okay. Rock Smash is doing roughly 30%. That is for sure no matter what Rock Smash kills. So no matter what roll. So it's probably going to use Rock Smash here. There are most rolls actually of Poison Sting don't kill. So since the way that it worked, it rolled a random move. Okay, so we've got Rock Smash. What can come in here and do the most damage? Probably... If it's gonna be Rock Smash, that sucks, because then we can take a lot from... Alright. Rock Smash does fine damage to Fletchling, but I think Fletchling should... What percentage is this thing at? Let's say at a minimum roll from Rookie D. Let's say 37.8%. Can 37.8 plus 64. That means even the minimum roll from Rookie D, Aerial Ace should one-shot at this point. So we can switch into the Rock Smash and tank it with Fletchling and still kill with Aerial Ace. Alright. The only thing is, I want to know, can we still do that even if we get poisoned? Yeah. It's just burned that lowers your attack. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be totally fine here. So we've got an out. We just have to switch in Fletchling. Helmarock, come out. Alright. Now that we've got that, use this Poison Sting. That's actually better for us. We just need to not be poisoned. There we go. Bad poisoning would have sucked, but now we've got Aerial Ace. Even the smallest roll, one-shots. Or at least one-shots from that range. Alright. We're good. Now, we actually have a weird benefit of having Helmarock out already against the Execute. So, this wasn't in the plan, but this is technically better, because then we don't have to hard switch into Execute, and Helmarock was one of our counters to it. So I think we can just Aerial Ace into this thing. It should go, I think, for a Stun Spore. That being because we don't have anything. That, either a Stun Spore or a Leech Seed. Either way, I think we Aerial Ace here. There we go. Super effective. Does that bit of damage. That was actually a good roll on that Aerial Ace. Alright, we've got Stun Spored. Might be unable to move, and we're slower now. It might go for Leech Seed here. I think we just Aerial Ace again and try and go through it. We can take a little bit of damage from this thing. Nice, we get through the paralyzing. Alright. Got the Oran Berry. Wow, the bots have been real persistent lately. There we go. Alright. Leech Seed, yeah, that did a lot more damage than I'm happy about, but... Oh, I see, that's got Harvest on it. I didn't notice that earlier. Okay, so that sucks, actually. Harvest is actually super good on this thing. We need to do a little bit more damage. Or we have to switch to... Okay, so we're already leech-seeded and paralyzed. I think we just switch to Nala now, because Nala's got a nerve, so it can stop it. I didn't realize it had Harvest, so I thought we only had to get through the one berry, but we have to get through it multiple times. So now it won't be able to use the berries. Uses Confusion. We just need to actually not get confused here, and we're fine. Yep. And now, if I remember correctly, Ember does the most damage here. Yep. And we outspeed by a fair margin. Burn? No. Stun Spore, that's fine. We're not going to be slower or faster after this, but we will, come on, go through. Stun Spore Leech Seed is a good combo. If we just get through, nice. Never punished with the paralyzes. Huge. Okay. Well, there's the first mini-boss, and our level cap raised. That's huge. Gosh, I wasn't ready for the Pokemon game to swear at me, dang. As annoying as you are, you're not stopping me. Show this package is brought to us. Perfect plan. Perfect plan that, like, almost immediately went wrong. As soon as we got 2 steps into it. Step 1, fantastic. Steps 2 through 7, none of them went to plan. But it worked. We had lots of backups, but... We actually got... I think we got an equal amount of unlucky that I'm dealing with the Krogunk, and then luck dealing with the Execute, because we never got full parried once. Grunt got away with the stolen package. Thanks for trying to help. What's your name? Simply, oh, I know this is a lot, but I have no one else to ask. Thank you, retrieve the stolen package. Sure. We could do that. Are you gonna let me in here? No, you're not. Oh, shoot. Alright. So now we've got to get back, but we're poisoned. And I think we can faint from poison in this gen, can't we? I think we can. Poison in Gen 3. 1 sec. Because I know some gens you can't. Do damage until they faint. Yep, gens 1 through 3. Alright. ROM Hacker was kind enough to change it? I don't think so. I think actually they made it one of the... I remember looking through the notes, that wasn't one of the changes I saw, and they actually said that they changed one of the abilities so that it heals overworld poison in addition to in-battle poison. I think, like, Poison Heal, or whatever the ability is called, is better in this, which probably means they kept it in, just to be mean. They were mean in all of the other... They were nice enough in every other part of the game that they're still going to keep this Gen 3 mechanic around. That being said, we can take 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to double check. Yep. Oh, Terra survived the poisoning. Apparently. Maybe... Okay, maybe they did. I'm going to walk just 3 more, because... Yeah. 1, 2... Alright, Nightwing. Nightwing, okay, so yeah. That's nice. Okay, just gotta be real careful not to run into anybody or any, like, encounters. This shouldn't be a problem, but I'm not taking any chances. Okay, get to the focus center. And now we've definitely succeeded in this boss fight. Alright. Well, that's pretty sweet. Okay. next up, let's take a second and look at planning. Let me go into the Nuzlocke tracker, say we did indeed beat Aqua Grunt. Wait 1 sec, I forgot to do something. Okay, so we beat the Aqua Grunt. Perfect. Oh, wait 1 sec. Sorry, 1 sec. Then we have to figure out where we're going next. Trying to get to Slateport. Down to Slateport. How do we get to Slateport from here? That's one that I don't remember. Do we just take the... I feel like it's just right up here. Do we... Okay, yeah, here's the ship to Slateport. I'm like, don't we just take the ship down? Yes, okay. So before we go there now, let's take a second to figure out what's our plan. And what the next couple of fights are gonna look like. Alright. Upcoming trainer battles. So, we defeated the Team Aqua Grunt in Petalburg Woods, that being the first boss. Now we've got to get to Route 106. There shouldn't be too much there, but we're going to have to level up, and there's going to be, again, more fights. They're going to start getting harder, quicker here with these next couple of fights. So, Route 106... What do we want to do? Ship to Slateport? Is the gym order still this lame? I don't think so. I know the first one... Yeah, no. The first gym is actually Brawley. It's Brawley, Roxanne, Watson, Norman, Flannery, Winona, Tate and Liza, Juan, and then Victory Road. And that's definitely not the correct order. Because Roxanne's supposed to be... Isn't Roxanne first? Or am I completely misremembering? But no, that's the order in this. And I think that they did that mostly because the Brawley gym fight is completely terrifying. Let me see if I can... Just 1 second. See if I can bring up a... Move over here. That should be on the damage calculator. Yeah. Just as a... Let's see if this is going to take... Let me see how quickly I can do this. There we go. Alright. Know that that's kind of out of the way, but... You can see... that's not really a good way to see. I'm just gonna make it bigger for a second. This is the Brawley fight. That is a... Every gym, I believe, has a legendary. Which I think is why they made the fighting type gym leader first, because they could give it Cub Fu. But this thing's fully got Cub Fu, Lot Bunny with Retaliate, and Eject Button, so we can use that a couple of times, Combuskin, Hitmontop, Poliwhirl, Scraggy. Yeah, so that's the first. That's an Eviolite, Expert Belt, Protective Pads, Lumberry, Yappa Berry, and Eject Button on all of these mons with a level 20 cap with, just up to this point, regular Pokemon. You have to beat Brawley with full regular. To be fair, I haven't suffered against Brawley yet. I am probably not going to get there. There's a lot of fights in between here and there. There's another boss fight in between here and there, but that's just a bit of what's coming up. But that's a long ways off. Next up is Slateport. Just gonna double check. Because Route 106, I think, should just have couple of guys. That we're fighting. I think those being... Yeah, let me just look at that. Luckily the next couple of... Yeah, we're fine for a little bit yet. On Route 106, there's a fisherman and a ruin. That's got Staryu, Lombre, Aracuda. All of them with Swift Swim, but luckily they don't have anything yet to set up rain, so they're not that scary. And then there's going to be a guy with like a Dwebble, a Sandygast, a Mawile, and a Munchlax. Still lots of scary moves, but not as, yeah. Game gets hard real fast after the first boss, mini-boss that we just fought. That being said, I don't think that there's anything else to do at the moment, so I think we're going to go straight to Slateport. We've kind of already done everything up here. If we need to come back, we can. Oh, wait, how do you... You have to talk to the old guy. You need to get to Slateport, bring you there, but I'll have to ask you a favor in return. I just came back from Rustboro, where Mr. Stone, I was asked to deliver a letter to his sons, Stephen and Dewford. Best at crossing the sea, but yeah. So here's the plan. We sail to Dewford, you deliver that letter, and off to Slateport we go. Alright. Exactly what you want to say. You have to deliver a letter to Dewford, and I'll bring you to Slateport. Alright. What you need me to do is no problem at all. I'm the man for the job. Okay. Let's go. There we go. Make it to Route 106, and I can already see the trainers. Hidden Dewford, I suppose you're off to deliver that letter to Stephen. Absolutely. First. Alright. There we go. So we've done that. Next to off. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we've got some chances to get some extra Pokemon now. What is this gem? Is this... Yeah, this is Brawly. We're not doing that yet. I think we have to do Slateport first to raise our level cap, and I don't think it'll let us do the fight even before we get there. Let's see. Other than that, though... You can see, there's the fisherman. So we can't go that... We're gonna do that after we get... We check if we're gonna get our... Okay, so yeah, this is Dewford. Okay, so what are our encounters yet? We've got Route 106 and the Dewford encounters. Do we want to save either of those? Probably not. Let's take a quick look. Okay. And Dewford. Okay, we can start getting some good things. If we're waiting to get something... Okay, we get nothing good from surfing, so we're definitely going to get our encounter right away. What we have as options are some decent water encounters. I see Staryu, Shelder, Choodle, Spheal, Carvana, Horsey, Remoraid. Horsey would be great. It's about a 20% chance it looks like, but Remoraid would not be great, which is also 20% chance. We do, though, have a couple good fighting types in the grass here. I see Tyrogue, Timber, Makuhita, Farfetch'd, Mienfoo, Pancham, Makuhita again. Okay, so we've got a pretty good 15% chance of getting Makuhita, Meditite, Stuffle wouldn't be great, and a Krogunk. Not all of that is great, but I think altogether we're pretty good here. I like that. On Route 106, too, there's nothing good that we can get, like, later in the game. Except maybe a Wailord, but I don't really think that's worth it. So I think we just go... Actually, right away, we should get our Route 106 encounter, and then see what we want out of Dewford. So we go fish first. Let's actually buy some Pokeballs. And then we can get our fishing encounter on 106. Oh wait, can we not buy Pokeballs here? Alright, how many do I have? Did I remember to buy some last time? Yeah, I did. Alright, so we're fine. Alright, so it's gonna be water types. Just lead with a grass type, yeah. Actually, lead with a Platypus. A Platypus should tank anything out of here just fine. So 106, fish. Alright, what do we get? Ooh, Spheal. Wall Rain can actually be pretty great. Oops. Good call. Luckily, you can still see what's happening, but... I know, I literally had to set up a whole thing just so that when I forget to do that, it still, you can still tell what's happening. Okay, but now we do have a Spheal, which is pretty great. Does a Spheal in this gen... Okay, let me actually check. Mini screen is very appreciated, I know. It's nice that I only have the one screen to deal with. Okay, before I actually start trying to capture this thing, when does this thing learn certain moves? Let me open up the run and bun info. So trainer battles, move changes, learn sets, evolution methods, and abilities. Okay. What we are looking for on a Control F is a Spheal. What moves does this thing know? Okay. It should, at level 8, know Rollout, Powder Snow, Water Gun, Growl. Alright. How does Powder Snow work again? Okay. So we've got a Spheal. I just want to make sure I'm not taking too much damage from this thing. Okay, so Powder Snow. I'm gonna just... Here, one sec. I'll put on the calculator so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. So we've got Powder Snow. We've got Growl. Should just be using a random move every time. We've got... What was the other ones that I said? God, it's still pulled up here. Water Gun and Rollout. Okay. Why can't I spell roll? Oh, it's all one word, that's why. There we go. Okay, so Powder Snow is going to be doing the most damage, but even that is only doing 20. Absorb Crit should be doing about... Okay, I think we're actually fine here. I think we try and Absorb. Ooh, what if it's terrible HP, terrible special defense? 62, what's half of 62? 91. Okay, an Absorb never kills this thing. Right? That is what we're seeing with terrible defensive stats and all of our stats correct at level 12. An Absorb can at most, with a 1.5 times multiplier on crits, that should be 31 plus 62, should be 93% max. Cool. So we Absorb. Yeah, and it's not even going to do nearly that. But that was worst case scenario. Now, we very carefully... Ooh, let me put this back up. Start throwing Pokeballs. There we go. Easy peasy. Give a nickname to the Spheal. Yes! What do we want to nickname the Spheal? Herm. Cute little round water ice type. Eventually it'll be a big wall rain. What's a good name? We could do... Always the naming that's the most difficult part, it feels like. I don't have anything off the top of my head for Spheal. Although it is one of the better encounters. I'm actually happy about getting Walrein. Huh. I think that Spheel's name should be... I just don't know. I don't know any, like, good... We could just go with, like, Slushy, since it's a water-ice type. That's not super unique, but I like it. It's cute. That's always the thing. I couldn't come up with a pun. So then or a reference, so then we come up with something cute. That's the order of naming conventions. There we go. I think we'll go with that, unless we've got something better from the chat real quick. Perfect. Slushy. Perfect. Alright, now we've got Slushy. Now we can also get our Dewford encounter. Now the only question here is if we want to get another water encounter, but I think we'd much rather get a grass encounter here, just like looking at what our options were. We'll definitely go heal real quick. Perfect. Alright. And now, what do we want out front to deal with fighting types? I think we want... Problem is Helmarock and Nightwing are both normal flying. What do we want to send out just to tank things pretty well? I guess Terror's nice just because can't be crit. I don't think there were any fire types in this bit of grass here. Double check that now that I've said it out loud. Pokemon locations in Dewford, Krogunk. There's a Krogunk. So yeah, maybe not a grass type. I don't know, actually. I think Nightwing was pretty tanky. And here, if we want to, we can just... We've got some leeway now for... There we go. We'll just level it up, Nightwing up a few times. Wants to learn Pluck. Pluck is actually pretty good, yeah. Pluck eats the foe's held berry, gaining its effect. Yeah, Pluck is good. I think Leer is not. Although is Pluck just better than Peck? I think Peck has a higher crit ratio, but that's not something we want to rely on. Does Pluck only work like that when there is a berry? Does Pluck always have that accuracy, that base power? Yeah, it doesn't have lesser base power when... Okay, yeah, so that's just better than Peck. There might be a weird niche use where we need Leer to do just enough damage with something else yet, so there we go. Okay, now I think we're good to catch whatever we get here. Alright, what do we get? Timber. That's not great. But at least it's out of the way. There are a lot of mons here that we could have gotten that would have been better, but Timber's not awful. Not good. Alright. So level 8 Timber. Let's assume it's got the worst HP stats that it could possibly have. And we should double check what it could... What moves it knows right now. Alright, right now it should know Bide, Focus Energy, Leer, and Pound. Pound and Clear, I'm not... Focus Energy, I'm not worried about. What about Bide? How does Bide work again? I never know. Stores energy at the end of dealing twice the damage it received. Okay, so we're just not going to have to deal damage to this thing. And use when it uses Bide. And that'll be fine. I think we just throw Pokeballs at this thing then. There we go. Easy peasy. What do we want to call Timber? Muscular Pokemon. It's going to eventually be Construction Pokemon, I believe. Give a nickname to the captured Timber? Yes. It'll be after this. Eventually it'll be a Conkeldurr. Great. What do we want to... There's got to be something to do with concrete here. That seems like a lot more open in general. What's a good name? What's a good name for a Timber? Hopefully it gets to grow up to be a Conkeldurr. Immediately is trying to think of like a concrete mixer. Mixer is fine, but it's not that funny. What else can we get? What can we get that's real funny? Also, again, if anybody in chat ever wants a Pokemon named after them, I'm always up for that. Elder kind of looks like a villager. Oh, villager! Wow, you were on top of that. Yeah, no, that's great. It super does. And villager is the perfect mixing of the name. Alright. Love that. Perfect. Now we've got... got 2 new Pokemon. Let's go double check this. Now, I think that's about everything that we get right away. I'm just going to put those 2 encounters in. We've got Spheal. And we've got... from Dewford. What did we get? We just got a Timber. Timber's not great. There's a lot of good other good Pokemon we could have gotten, but it's fine. Alright. We're not going to go to Slateport right away. We're going to do some of the other fights beforehand. I think we have to do that anyways to go deliver the letter. But we'll go through the cave, Stephen's room. Alright, we'll have plenty of things to catch from the cave. And on to Route 109. That might be later, though. Have to see. And then on to Slateport City. Slateport, I think, we leave, because I think we can get... well, maybe not. We'll see. Alright, with that, though, we can definitely start preparing for our next fight. Now, our next fight is going to be against... let's see. If we just fought a Krogunk... Team Aqua, Grunt, and Petalburg Woods. The next trainer fight is going to be Fisherman Elliot. Alright, I'm actually going to take a second. Let's actually go look at our box and see what the stats are of our new Pokemon, because they might be useful in this upcoming fight. Deposit Pokemon. I assume you are not going to be that helpful. I mean, you might, but we'll figure that out when it comes to it. Let's drop the a new Pokemon. And let's check these guys' stats. Alright. One moment. I'm actually going to open Showdown in the background and put all these guys' stats in. Alright, so we've got a Spheal. Thick Fat, yeah. Thick Fat's actually pretty good on this thing. It's not holding an item at the moment. It's level whatever. We'll say that we'll go up to the level cap just in case. It is adamant in nature. Plus attack, minus special attack. Not great. Yep. And how are we doing on those IVs? Alright, so they are in order 6, 29, 1. Never good to see a 1. 24 special attack, that's actually pretty good. 7 and 4. So this thing is slow and frail for a Spheal, but hits pretty hard for a Spheal. Good to know. And its current moves are Growl, Water Gun, Powder Snow, yeah. Snow and Rollout. Fantastic. At level 8. Okay. Next up, we've got our other next new guy in Timber. Timber, what do we have on you? It's got guts. That's huge, actually. Okay. That helps a ton with this thing being useful. It's lax nature. Not specially defensive, but regularly defensive. No HP stat. That's unfortunate, but good attack stat. That's good. And decent speed for it, but it's got terrible speed, so that's not going to matter. Special defense is 2, special attack is 14, defense is 27. Alright. And the moves it knows at the moment, which we're going to change out, I'm sure, but... Ups attack if suffering is too real of a description for guts, absolutely. That's an unfortunate description for sure. It's okay. Timber's okay with it. Probably. Okay. I'm just gonna export those stats to my document that I have that just has all of the Run and Bun box in it. There we go. And then I'm going to put it into the calculator. Okay. So now we can start dealing with the calculator. So, first up we've got a level 13 Staryu. Immediately I'm seeing that we can overlevel these guys pretty easily. This thing's got Mystic Water, Natural Cure, Water Pulse, Aurora Beam, Psybeam, Shockwave. That's pretty good typing. Aurora Beam especially, on a thing this fast. It's got Natural Cure, that's pretty good. It's timid, so it's plus speed, minus attack, yep. All of them have beneficial natures and all of the things. I'm gonna say Turtwig, probably. If we get Turtwig up to level 17, how well do we do here? Aurora Beam, can't two-shot, and we've got Shell Armor. So, Turtwig can super deal with the Staryu, even tanking Aurora Beams. We do start to run into issues with the next Pokemon, level 13 Lombre. With Seismic Toss, Teeter Dance, Bubble Beam, Giga Drain. Okay. I'm gonna have to check, what does Teeter Dance do? That's one that I don't remember. Yeah, signature move of Spinda, but other Pokemon can inherit it. Confuses all Pokemon adjacent. Okay, so it's just 100% accurate confusion. That sucks. Okay. So Lombre's almost certainly going to use that before anything else. If we need to, we can have... I think we have berries that go through confusion. I'm gonna leave it in the little thing up here. Do we actually have that in our bag? What berries do we have? 10, poison, awakens, paralysis. Nope, we don't have the confusion berry. Okay. Dang. Alright. So... the Lombre is gonna come out. It might actually be the Aracuda coming out. Yeah, no. Looking at it, Aracuda is almost certainly gonna come out. Because Aracuda is gonna be faster if we use the Turtwig. And Absorb isn't gonna... okay. So it Aurora Beams, we absorb, it Aurora Beams, we absorb. So we're gonna gain roughly 40% back, and we're gonna take 80, so we'll be at about 60. After all is said and done, we'll be at 60%. Okay. We'll be at a roughly 60%. And then this thing will come out. It's gonna outspeed, it's gonna peck. Even if we take more damage, this Aracuda shouldn't be able to do anything more, because we're gonna absorb out heals the damage that Aracuda can do. So actually, Turtwig is a great counter to Aracuda, even on a bad day. If instead it goes for Lombre, which I don't think it should, because it prioritizes faster and then most damage. I'm gonna double check, what's the switch in AI exactly? Is it most damage, or is it just faster? It's faster and deals more damage than it takes. So they're both faster, but they both take a lot of damage. Actually, does the Lombre... how much damage does the Lombre do? Okay, so actually, no. No, wait, no. Because we can bite the Lombre, it's a 50-50 what comes in. If the Aracuda comes in against Turtwig, that's super easy. We win. If instead it's the Lombre, what do we do? Well, what do we need to deal with a Lombre? It's a grass, water type with a Lumberry, Swift Swim. I think we probably just rely on one of the birds. And we've got Pluck on this thing now. Yeah, the bird can super kill, and it outspeeds Lombre. So it can come in, tank a Bubble Beam. I can't take 2 Bubble Beams, though. Okay. Even at level 17. This thing can, though. And we 2-shot it. We actually Aerial Ace Quick Attack it, which is nice. Alright, so Fletchling deals with the Lombre. So use the birds to deal with the Lombre. What else can we deal with the Lombre if it's level 17? No. It's got Giga Drain, so we don't want to bring a Water type in, and it's got Bubble Beam, so we don't want to bring our Fire type in. So actually, if we had this Spheal up to level 17, Giga Drain does super well against the Spheal, sure. But if instead we had a level 17 Timber, no, Giga Drain still does too much. Alright, so our new Pokemon aren't actually helpful against this Lombre. Dang. Yeah, no. New Pokemon aren't helpful. Alright. Is that actually no, we should count Guts. Let's say if we pre-burned it. At level 17. Pound does a lot of damage. What else are we gonna learn as we level up? Timber is going to learn Low Kick and Rock Throw. Are either of those worth it? Kick. Low Kick will actually do a lot of damage, especially on a burned Guts. And Rock Throw? I don't think that'll do as much as I want it to. No. Alright, so no. Even Timber is not going to be good in this fight. I think we just rely on the birds to take out Lombre, and we rely on Turtwig to deal with the Arrokuda. And if we're in a pinch, we can bring the Lotad out to deal with the Arrokuda as like a last-ditch effort. We should be healing enough from Absorb not to be in Aqua Jet range at any point. And even then it's faster, so it doesn't matter, but... 40, 80, 64, 20, 26... No, Lotad isn't great, but if we... deal a lot of damage with the Lotad, and then bring out like something like Fletchling or something to deal with the Arrokuda after. So yeah, we lead with Turtwig. Hope that the Arrokuda comes out. If the Arrokuda does come out, Turtwig completely destroys it. Otherwise, yep. Deposit Pokemon. You two aren't going to be good here. There we go, yeah. I'm gonna get everybody up. I know technically, I'm sure that there are things you can do with baiting, like certain moves out, but I'm not gonna be worrying about that yet. Like under-leveling. Ooh, and we've got Razor Leaf. That actually might switch around. That might even make us better. And Confide. I do not like... I think at some point we're gonna get Intimidate, so I don't think Growl's that good. I think we'll rather have Razor Leaf than Growl, and Absorbed as a way to heal. Razor Leaf being 55, yep. Terra learned Razor Leaf. Okay. Oh, wait. Turtwig evolves. No. Before you evolve, do we want to level you up one more time? I didn't realize we got a Groudle. I thought that it evolved at 18. Okay. So I stopped the evolution there, but we might just do that. And that'll probably make Turtwig even more of a tank in this upcoming fight. But, just before we do that, Groudle should have... Yeah, what is our Turtwig level up? Yeah, no, we don't get Roar until level 19, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, we can level up Groudle here. Alright. Terror, come on. Fall to a Groudle, nice. Perfect. Now we've got that. Don't think we can evolve you any further? No. Alright, let's actually just get everybody up. There we go, we got another evolution. Alright, this is actually pretty... This makes our team a lot better. Just these little bits of... There we go, Helmrock into Fletchender, nice. Learned Flame Charge, that's huge. Yeah, Flame Charge raises speed, that's awesome. I don't think Tackle is better than Quick Attack. Yeah, no. Tackle and learn Flame Charge. Nice. Let's learn Aura Beam. Yeah, we've taken Ice type move. Fires a rainbow colored beam that may lower attack. Yep, 65 power. Got Bubble Beam, so we want to keep that. Aura Beam, Vice Grip. Vice Grip isn't that good. It's just a 55 base power normal move. And it's physical? Yeah, no, I do not like Vice Grip. It doesn't do anything else. Fires a rainbow, yeah. Aurora Beam, nice. I get a Platypus. Wants to learn Mega Drain, yes. Better than Absorb. There we go. It's evolving. There we go. We get our Lotad, or Lombre. Perfect. There we go. I didn't realize we had so many evolutions, so I wouldn't have... Oh! Why does Lombre learn Fake Out? Yeah, I want this thing to know Fake Out. Shoot, what do I want to get rid of? Natural Gift can be randomly very good. We don't have any other Ghost-type moves. But Astonish isn't that powerful. Like a Mega Drain stab... A stab Mega Drain should do just as much as Astonish would. So I think Fake Out is better than Astonish here. Because Fake Out has the super priority. Yeah. Just not worth it. Alright. Noble Roar? What does that do? Intimidates the foe to cut attack and special attack. That's fine. That sounds like it'll actually be better in double battles. To, like, get rid of the whole enemy team's attack and special attack. And Leer just isn't that good. Neither is Tackle, though. We've got Headbutt. I'm actually going to get rid of Tackle, and then next to go will be Leer. Because there is a world in which Leer is useful, and there isn't one in which Tackle is. Wants to learn Incinerate. That seems good, actually. 40. Weak fire attack that may inflict a burn. This one can't burn, but it does burn up berries. And gems. Incinerate is better than Leer now. There we go. Alright. There we go. Now we've got this team. Okay, let me take a second. I know this is kind of a lot of planning and whatnot. We've got all that. I'm gonna take a second to adjust all of, like, the team sheet for all the new things we've got. So instead of a Turtwig, we've got a Grottle. Did any of their abilities change? Shell Armor's still there, and now we know... what? Same things, but we know Razor Leaf instead of Growl. Oh yeah, I forgot. This thing's got, like, perfect IVs, by the way. At least for special attack, special defense, and speed. This is the fastest Grottle ever, and has no HP. If this thing had a good HP stat, it would be awesome. Now it's just kind of awesome. Okay, that being said, we've got the Razor Leaf on this thing. We got Flame Charge on the Fletchender. Instead of Tackle. They're all level 17 now. I'm just doing this so I can put it into our calculator. Did we actually change... Okay, and it's got Flame Body now instead of Keen Eye. That's nice. Rookie D is level 17. No, it's Pluck instead of Peck. Clauncher is level 17, and it knows Aurora Beam instead of Vice Grip. Right, yeah. Litleo learned. Incinerate. Over tackle. And Noble Roar over clear. Alright, now let's put this into the calculator. Alright, so we got that. We just need to take out... I think that automatically updates everybody, yep. We just need to take out the Turtwig. Move that to trash, move that to trash, and remove Pokemon from the trash. There we go. Put you guys on the team. There we go. Alright. So that's good. Now we've got this. This is our actual thing. Again, I think Razor Leaf, yeah. Now it's even a little better. Razor Leaf, yeah, now Razor Leaf one-shots. The Staryu, I think we're able to Razor Leaf. And now I think actually the Arrokuda will come out. No, it's up in the air. Actually, no, the Arrokuda won't come out now. So we're actually sure that it will be the Lotad because we do too much damage now. Except now we have a chance to two-shot it. And we're not going to be taken out by Seismic Toss or Teeter Dance. So I think Groddle might just single-handedly win us this now. There we go. Let's take a second to save because it's been a minute. Alright. I like this. So, got our good guy out. We're pretty good other than that. Like our shots. Let's do this. Just put that up front now. Okay. Fisherman Elliott would like to battle? Absolutely. Let's do this thing. Staryu. We're going to take some damage here, but we Razor Leaf. Yep, Aurora Beam. A little bit of damage. And we Razor Leaf. You are no more. Next up, we one-shot. Next should be the Lombre. That's exactly what we expected. Now we're at 36. Seismic Toss should do 13. Yeah, no, they've got sprites from all over in this game. It's cool. They even got some custom ones, like for like the Gen 8 Pokemon, because they don't have sprites technically. Like I know at some point, like Urshifu and Cubfu, and they look great. It's a real cool thing. I assume this thing is going to try and Teeter Dance, which I'm fine with. I think we still just Razor Leaf. Because that does the most damage, and we're fine. Use Seismic Toss, that's fine. So Seismic Toss is still doing 13 damage every turn. We can't be crit. So another Razor Leaf. Oh, and we actually speed tie. There we go. I swear that that's not a real speed tie, but I'm not sure. That's fine, I'm not going to question it. Alright. Now we've got an Arrokuda. This thing, how much damage can it do? Maximum with Peck, it should outspeed, and it can do 26.9 or 14 damage. Luckily, it can't crit. And I think just to be safe... No, we one-shot Razor Leaf this. Yep, it tries to Peck. Yep. There we go. Flying Gem does not do enough for it. Luckily, and again, we couldn't be crit there because of Shell Armor, so Turtwig just completely walled that fight. That's awesome. Let's have more fights like that, right? Alright. This next fight is a little scary. we've got a Dwebble. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. So we've got a weird one. So first up is a Dwebble speaking into non-existence. Absolutely. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so let's bring up the calculator. Let's look at the next fight. So this is still on the beach. Our plan is to... Right away, it looks like Clauncher is exactly the same speed as this Dwebble, which is real unfortunate. But this Clauncher can... do just fine, because Clauncher Bubble Beam, one-shots, which is super nice against this Dwebble. Let's see. And I think after that, let's see, there's kind of a lot of Pokemon here. We've got to deal with a Sandygast, a Mawile, and a Munchlax. The Mawile having Intimidate, Leftovers, Water Compaction, Lumberry. What does Water Compaction do? That's not a word. That's not an ability I'm familiar with. Water Compaction. Ability Pokemon with Water Compaction is hit by a Water-type move. Its defense rises by 2 stages. No immunity is granted to Water-type moves, however. If Pokemon has this ability to hit by a Water-type multi-strike move, each hit activates this ability. Alright. So yeah, it's on Sandygast. That makes sense. So it can still be damaged just fine, but it's gonna start raising its defense as it's hit. That being said, I don't think it's that useful, because Clauncher has a chance to OHKO with Bubble Beam, but up Bubble Beam Aqua Jet certainly does. Alright, so we've got Bubble Beam, Aqua Jet. So Clauncher can kill Sandygast, or might kill Sandygast. So Sandygast probably isn't coming out. What does the most to Maul? Munchlax got Belly Drum Headbutt. That's terrifying. What do we have to deal with that? This might be a moment for Timber. At level 17 with a Burned and a Low Kick. Okay. Okay, it looks like even without the burn, we outspeed... So Timber can switch in on the Belly Drum and then one-shot this thing. So we have to bring Timber. I'm going to start writing this down. This one's going to be... Alright. So, we're leading Clauncher into the Dwebble. Timber, whenever the Munchlax comes out, can switch in. It can hard counter the Munchlax on switch in. That's good. Next up, we've got... Okay, what's gonna come out if we've got Clauncher out, we take out the Dwebble? Is it gonna be the Munchlax or the Mawile? None of them outspeed, which is nice. I've just got a thing. If Dwebble gets Sticky Web off... How does that affect our ability to switch in with a level 17 Timber? Is Sticky Web's -1 or -2? Sticky Web. Non-damaging, as an entry hazard, which lowers their speed stat by 1 stage. Alright. That's fine. We can deal with 1 speed and still out speed drop and still outspeed with Timber and low kick Munchlax to death. Do we have to be burned? No, we don't even have to be burned, so there's not a purpose to being burned. Unless... How well do we do against the Mawile after? What if we're burned? How much extra? Okay, so not enough for it to be matter, so let's just leave Timber healthy. To deal with that. Alright, so it'll probably be... So, what's gonna come out? It's gonna be what deals more damage than it takes. These guys can all take 45 damage minimum. Except for this. Okay, so it's guaranteed because Munchlax does more damage than it takes. And all of them are slower than Clauncher. If we lead with Clauncher, we're guaranteed for it to switch into Munchlax. In which case we switch in Timber. Okay, Timber's got to be on the team. We're going to take Litleo off just for the moment. So, Clauncher, Timber counters the Munchlax, and then it's for sure going to be the Mawile. So, how do we deal with the Mawile? It's Fairy Steel. I think it's going to try and use Covet. Covet, is tanked pretty easily by Litleo, I think. Or Fletchender, let's check. Oh, and I forgot to change, Lotad into a Lombre. Whoops. Alright. So Covet, how does Covet go into... Yeah, Covet doesn't do much to Litleo, and then we do a whole bunch back. That should be fine. How about Fletchender? Fletchender can Flame Charge, and it outspeeds, so we get Flame Charge, so we're for sure faster. How do we then deal with this? And then we can just Aerial Ace the Sandygast. Okay. So then Fletchender can hard counter the Mawile. Okay. Afterwards, the Sandygast should be taken out by the Fletchender if we're having trouble, if we've got Hypnosis or taken anything that we're unexpected or a crit. Basically anything can take out the Sandygast. Just make sure to bring something that can do... We'll bring the Lombre. And as backup, we'll bring Litleo. And I don't think we're gonna need Rookie D. Yeah, I forgot. One sec. Forgot to change Lotad. Oh, that's why I never put Lotad in. That's okay, I'll do that in a minute. How did that miss? I'll figure that out in a minute. But if we have a Lombre with these stats, at level 17, Lombre should do just fine against the Sandygast too. Alright. Actually, though, it looks like Rookie D does better than Lombre will. So I think we just leave Rookie D. So this is our team. Final answer. Let's go back to this. Let's put away who we don't need. Not gonna need you. That's actually it. And we are going to need you. Alright. And now, with all of that planning, we just need to level up Villager. Low kick. Yes, what are we getting rid of? I think that focus energy is terrible. I don't want to rely on luck like that. Wants to learn Rock Throw. There we go. And what should you get instead of Rock Throw? That's 50. Yep. I don't think Leer... Bide can actually be good. Pound is fine. Leer is not. Does Pound do anything? Pound has no additional effects. Pound is just not good enough for, again, better than Rock Throw. Okay. I lied, actually. Turns out we're having Rock Throw over Pound. Just because, there are random cases where if we need to switch something in, drop something's defense just one to switch something else in to one-shot something, that is a real thing that can happen. Even if I'm not happy about it. Alright. There's our team. Heal up, save real quick, and let's go do the next fight. Alright. There we go. There he is. We're all ready. Just gotta make sure one last time that we do indeed have... No, we need Clauncher in front. Glad that I checked. Alright. Clauncher, you've got this. We believe. Let's go. What do fishermen do if they need to go to a washroom? Their rod hooks a big one while they're in the washroom. They just... We're never gonna get to hear the end of that thought. Dang. Ruin Maniac Georgie. Okay. Start off with this Dwebble. We should outspeed, and we should Bumblebee. Okay, so it was a speed type, which we knew. I was kind of worried about that. Yeah, but we Oko, so that's good. That just means the rest of our team's going to be a little faster. Or slower. That's fine, though, because we know that Villager, even with a speed drop, is fast enough to still outspeed the Munchlax, which is stupidly slow. The Munchlax has a berry that raises its speed. Alright. So the speed drop matters. And we're in a terrible spot. Okay. We're gonna lose something here. I didn't look at the berry that it was holding. I thought it was... Okay. What is... I was gonna say, I didn't think it could eat that berry, but Gluttony lets it eat that berry. Okay, that's where I was confused. Dang. Alright, so it's gonna always choose Headbutt. We don't have anything that can tank a Headbutt. And it's +1 speed. So that means it's at 16 speed. Okay, 1 second. What is our out here? I think our out... The problem is, I think we end up losing, like, 2 Pokemon here. This is terrible. Okay. I can't believe I didn't notice the speed. The speed berry. Because I thought we were 100% safe here. Okay. I don't see a way out of this. Yeah, our whole... everything is dead to it. I do see Grotle, but at minus... after switch in, we're slower. So I need a clean switch, and then I need to, like, Razor Leaf crit. It's at 31 health. The other options are, after that, hope that Fletchinder Quick Attack or Flame Body activates. Okay, I'm just trying to think. What are our least good encounters so far? It looks, honestly, I think that our least good encounters so far are Villager here and Litleo. I know that that leaves us without a fighting type, but I think that this is better than anything else. Okay. So if we sacrifice Villager, then we get a switch to Grotle. Grotle will then attack once. There's a very slim chance of us getting one shot even then, but it's max roll. So we sack Villager to bring in Grotle. Grotle Razor Leaves. If we crit, we're fine. If we don't, which I assume we won't, we're gonna have to sacrifice Litleo to another Headbutt to bring in Fletchinder, because Fletchinder is actually going to be good to Quick Attack and finish it off. So we do have an out, but it's going to cost us 2 Pokemon for not having realized that we were going to be slower. Alright. Unless it does something real weird, like tries to Belly Drum again, or there's something weird in the AI I don't see, we're going to just die here. Nope. Okay. Now we bring in Terror. Cotton Sticky Web. Lowered speed. We have to Razor Leaf. Tank the Headbutt at 3. Okay. We didn't crit, so we have to sacrifice Litleo in order to protect Helmarock. And then we can come in. Alright. There we go. So that way we can bring in the Helmarock to a Quick Attack. Alright, well, we're still alive, but that's not a good sign for the run. Okay. Now what do we have? Sandygast? Alright. What do we even do here? We're still faster than everything on the field, so we don't need to Quick Attack or anything. We're just going to start Aerial Acing. What does this thing have? Water Compaction, Lump Berry? That's fine. Critical hit, that's huge. Critical hit, that's unfortunate. Okay. Quick attack. Oh shoot, I didn't notice that it had something that... Why doesn't... Oh, it's a ghost type. I'm stupid. Dang. I think we try and wake up. Just astonish. Okay. Even if it astonishes again, we're fine. Okay. Astonish. But it burned. That's nice. Okay. Are we faster? Okay, I don't want to... There's no reason to risk anything here. We're fine. We could just bring in Nightwing. Actually, we could just bring in Mega Man. Okay. Astonish, that's fine. We Aqua Jet. Cool. Cool. Alright, Intimidation, that's fine. Bubble Beam is special, so we'll just use Bubble Beam. I think we still outspeed even after the... No, not after the speed drop. Alright, so we take 16 damage. I think that was a low roll, so we just gotta be careful. Leftovers restored it a little bit, that's fine. Assuming it uses Covet again, we're dead to a crit. How well does Nightwing do here? Nightwing does not take a Covet well, nor does it do anything damage back. Alright, so we have to stay in with Mega Man and risk another crit. Yep. Alright. Leftovers a little bit, that's fine. So at -1 attack. How much damage are we doing with Aqua Jet? 15%? That's fine. The Aqua Jet to outspeed. And we kill it. Okay. That was not good. That, straight up, was not a successful battle. We have 2 dead Pokemon this early in the game. Which probably should be a reset, but I want to explore the game and learn it more. So I'm going to get as far as I can and learn this game as much as I can now from this point. Litleo and Timber are unfortunate, especially Guts. Alright. 14. There we go. Draw. Let's call this the... Now for the... Unfortunately, I have to name the death box. Alrighty. And putting Lombre and Spiel on the team. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, what do we have next? I'm just gonna save here. Alright. I think... okay. What do we have even coming up next? We've got now cave encounters, which is good. Right, Granite Cave. I think it looks like we've got a chance at a lot of things. I think the best things, though, are deeper in the cave. Also, it looks like Steven's room is a separate encounter than Granite Cave, which is nice. You can get something good in there. And then go to Route 109 to get something. Alright, after we get over to Slateport, we'll get a couple more encounters there. Alright. That's kind of a lot. That's okay, though. Let me get over here. Dive ball, randomly. Okay. We could get our 107 encounter. Do we want to do that? Honestly, I think yes. Even if it's super likely to be Octil or a Remoraid, I think that's fine. Alright, let's put Lombre out front as the best tank here. Try and do this for a second, and then I think we're probably going to call it a day here, just because that didn't go very well. What do we got? Ooh, Horsey, that's actually very good. Okay. What do we got? What do we want to do with this? That'll eventually be a dragon type. I think we're just going to start throwing Pokeballs at it right away. There we go. It's our Route 107 encounter. Perfect. Give a nickname to the captured Horsey? Yes. What are we thinking for nicknames? Let's see. What's a good dragon horse? I wonder why they always make the seahorses turn into dragons. That's an odd thing in Pokemon. Is there a non-dragon type seahorse in Pokemon? I'm just realizing this now. Are all seahorses dragons in Pokemon lore? That's funny. What else do we have? I don't know. I think we'll just call it Longma. Looking that up. That is a dragon horse in Chinese mythology. So we're gonna go with that. Alright. And I think at that point we're fine just to straight away heal everybody up. And let's actually check this Horsey. Let's deposit Mega Man into the box, take out Horsey. What do you got? Alright. You've Swift Swim, that's good. Rash is fine. It's not as good as it could have been, but special attack is good. Bad special attack, but good special defense, even if it's minus. Speed stat is unfortunately abysmal. And it's just got Buzzball and Smoke Screen, but that'll get better. Alright. I like it. Save here. Perfect. And I think that I'm actually going to call that a day. I know it wasn't a super long stream, but I think after the last one, like as soon as when I start messing up, they always compound on each other. So I think I'm gonna do Granite Cave tomorrow. Or probably not tomorrow. I might not have time, but if not tomorrow, Wednesday. So yeah. But I think that that's a pretty good start. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to catch you all in the next one, and I'll have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye!